Hey millionaires, C Payne here, author of the Millionaire Marketing blog and CMO of GraphicDesignWars.com. Today I'm going to give you guys a recap of week 3 and 4 since the launch, and I'm doing 2 weeks in one because week 3 was entirely devoted to a hack. Our website got hacked and I almost panicked because customers couldn't get in without getting a really scary warning about maybe getting their computers infected with the virus. So I hired a company, Demio. You can take a look, I think, on this side here, demio.com. A great security team. They cleaned up the hack and everything's running as normal. So the latter part of week 3 and all of week 4, I focused primarily on one thing, and that's partnerships. So it came to my attention when I sat down and I crunched the numbers, like every good entrepreneur has to do when you're thinking about cash flow and top line revenue and bottom line income. You got to crunch the numbers. I crunched the numbers and I just realized that at this rate, getting, one customer a week is just not going to do it for the business, no matter what stage I am with the new launch. So what I decided to do is I said I have to think in terms of leverage. How can I leverage what I have to get in front of more potential customers? So week 4 and the latter part of week 3 was all about partnerships. But before I talk about that, I do want to say yes, I did get my first customer. Super excited. The design contest over at GraphicDesignWars.com is going on now, and it should be wrapping up in the next day. So that's going really smoothly, so I'm really happy about that. Now, in terms of partnerships, I was thinking to myself, right now I'm just kind of going out into the world, going to forums, going on social media, and just telling people about our services, trying to add value, trying to be helpful. And I'll be honest, it feels like the world is not listening to me. I don't know what it is, but they're not listening, and it's probably just because everybody else is talking to them and they're super busy and they don't want to be distracted by yet another person trying to sell them something. So although it's really tough to swallow that people are not giving me the attention, it also just makes me realize I need to be more savvy as an entrepreneur and as a business person. So I said, how can I utilize leverage? How can I utilize someone else's relationships to get my message across and to show potential customers that I have a service that would be really beneficial for them? So I was thinking to myself, if I'm going to utilize leverage or utilize someone else's network, I need to find someone whose network has the same target demographic as mine. Like their customer profile looks similar to mine, but we don't compete. So I can't go out and talk to other graphic designers and have them send me their customers because they want their customers. So I had to find, some sort of partner that had the same type of customer as me, but we didn't compete. And I actually thought of printers, print shops, people who print everything that we design. So I said, why not get on the phone and talk to these printers and come up with a win-win situation where essentially, because we only do graphic design, we're sending them our customers to have their printing done, and because they only do printing, they send us their customers to get their graphic design done. So I thought of a win-win relationship. I won't go into the details now, but I spent a good part of 6 days just on the phone with a bunch of print companies, primarily here in South Florida because there's so many of them. I'm starting here, but I'm going to call every print shop in the nation. And the first thing I asked is, do you guys do graphic design? And if they say no, then I jump in and I talk about the win-win opportunity where they can get new customers from us, and in turn they send some customers our way. So that was pretty much what I did. I used 2 primary tools, or one tool for that, and that's Reference USA. I don't know if you guys have heard of Reference USA, but I have a blog post. Actually, it's another video just explaining what it is and how to use it. So I really encourage you to check that out. Essentially, it's a free online database that's free through the public library system. So if you have a library card, you can go into your library or pull up your library's website, type in your PIN code that's on your library card, and you're in, and you can access this database of consumer research. It's business and consumer research. So it has a list of every business just about in the United States and gives you very detailed information on those businesses and also very detailed information on consumers, on households. So for businesses, they're telling you things like average, or they're telling you the sales volume that a company did. They're telling you the names of the executives. They're telling you how many employees they have, the address, the phone number. They give you just a wealth of information that you can utilize to pinpoint your customers. So when I needed print shops, I went to their database, did a search by geography, and looked for print shops in Miami-Dade County, and then that was it. I had a list of phone numbers in which I could pick up the phone and make calls, and it was very easy. So I use Reference USA. I have a list of about, I don't know, 500 or 600 print shops, so I've only gotten through maybe half of those so far. I've been on the phone. But, the results have been good. Every day I'll spend 2 to 3 hours calling, and, I get at least 2 or 3 print shops that like the sound of the opportunity. They say they want to work with me, and I send the follow-up email. So it's looking promising. It just has to translate into actual customers for me so that it can translate into customers for them. So partnerships primarily were on the printing side of the house. I also did some things with the blog, trying to get the blog out there a little more visible so people can hear my story. I mean, you guys listening to this, hopefully you're entrepreneurs, hopefully you're small business owners or just business owners, and maybe one day you can utilize my services over at Graphic Design Wars. So, I really just like giving good marketing advice because I need it myself, and I'm sure there are people who can learn from me. And also, again, it's an opportunity where the markets overlap. So my listeners here, you guys listening to this now, may be potential customers for Graphic Design Wars. So I'm trying to get the blog out there a little bit more. So I'm partnering with other bloggers. I spent about 6 hours today just trying to do guest posts for other bloggers. I identified a list of blogs, sent them messages, and really tried to get in front of them on that. So again, this week was all about partnerships. These 2 weeks all about partnerships, and it's feeling like it's the right strategy. I just haven't seen the return, but I know that'll come. So week 3 and 4 recap. That's it. I got my first customer, so it's all down here from here. $1 million is just around the corner. So thanks, millionaires. Stay focused, stay positive, and keep grinding.